All right. First of all, thank you very much for everyone. So I hope all the screen and the technicality all done, right? Yeah. So this is a very good time for us to meet in the cyberspace, right? Okay. So first of all, let's welcome everyone from different part of the world. I know some of them from some of you are now from New York. Some of you from Vietnam. Of course, our sharing guests have An and from in Ho Chi Minh City, and also we also have some other people from different part of the world. So, okay, so welcome all. First of all, I want to share with you why we are having this kind of meeting, because this is a kind of new delivery. So you will see some kind of hiccup we are having about the technical thing. And one more thing, I also need a clock to make sure, because clock is on my back. So never mind. I will see the clock. I have the clock myself. I see on the side. All right. So just want to make sure everything done on time. And okay, so this is starting from 2 weeks ago, the end of November. We are now starting a kind of activity called a global opportunity meeting, online meeting. So this is the second one. The first one we have done that would be with Willing Tan from the leaders in Penang, and of course, right now we use the Zoom. We don't know what's happening in the future. Maybe with 5G, we will have an AR, VR. I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. All I want is we want to make it within 30 minutes time. So this is a kind of glimpse to let everyone knows what's happening here and about the opportunity. So now we chose the topic called the global opportunity in the age of uncertainty. As we all know, the uncertainty happens everywhere in the world right now, no matter about the political issue, military conflict, and even the economic turmoil. All these kind of things happening right now. And actually, in Hong Kong has a particular context. Suddenly, within these 6 months' time, Hong Kong becomes not just the economic news, but also in the political area, in the middle of the superpowers. So basically, don't worry in Hong Kong. Even you can come over to Hong Kong, or the people from New York, don't worry. You can come to Hong Kong, we eat and we play. Of course, we have some difficulty in transportation, maybe some of the social unrest area just don't go, then everything is fine. Everything's all right, okay. So, but this is about the fact. I mean the actual condition. But the main thing right now we can see we have lost a lot of people lost confidence on the future. So that's why we come up with this online meeting. Want to let a lot of people know what's happening in the world, and that we have the opportunity to develop the global opportunity to via new skin opportunity. Okay, and with the technology, we can have chance to link up different parts of the world, and so every alternate Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, we invite different people from different part of the world in order to show that we can succeed from all walks of life. So last one was the one with, as I mentioned, from Wellington, and 2 weeks later, I mean, yeah, 2 weeks later, we plan to have to invite another partner from Taiwan who speak in Mandarin. So Cantonese was last time, English is this time, and Mandarin is next time. And the week after next, I mean the session after next would be Cantonese again, Cantonese, English, Mandarin. Cantonese, English, Mandarin. So so let everyone knows this is really a global opportunity. Okay, so first of all, I want to let what all of you know, you all see this word, right? VUCA. VUCA basically it just manifests itself from the screen, but it originates from the military term. It's from the American Army. They talk about it because in the combat scenario, a lot of complexity, volatility, ambiguity, and uncertainty. But right now, it's happening not just in the military condition, combat condition, but also in the economic condition. So here, here and now, we experience even more important and more significant benefit of doing Nu Skin to handle that vocal condition in this world. It involves about the agile leadership. It involves the flexibility. It involves a lot of vision. These kind of things. So that's why we comes up with this kind of sharing session. So today we want to make it more interactive, and we want to keep it short, and we want to make it in terms of the information side. We want to make it concise and precise. So about the facts thing that you can Google, just Google. What we are going to do right now is a kind of sharing, mainly for the sharing, and also I want to pinpoint some of the area that we better take note. Okay. So here, let me introduce myself. You already see that these are the company, or of course, City University is not a company. I was trained as an IT person. I went to Dow Jones and BT, this global company, to first of all start with as a technical person, coding IT person, and then I changed to the marketing side and then to the sales side. But no matter what, I find out through my career change, I find out there are a lot of the things happening to see how to say that to fit my kind of personality. Who am I? I'm a kind of person who is a risk-adverse person. So that's why I'm good at debugging. And yet I take calculated risks because I believe if I always stay in the comfort zone, it's basically, this is no go. It would be a doomed to failure path, a doomed to failure strategy. So I take calculated risk. So that's why I change things step by step. But ultimately, when I reach to the level that I find out some of the things that I have, I feel the ceiling. I haven't reached the ceiling, but I can see the ceiling is a glass ceiling. A lot of very caliber person cannot go up to the top level. So that's why I stepped into the Nu Skin, and throughout 25 years time, I become a Circle of Excellence 1 and Presidential Director. These are the title from Nu Skin. That means I have accumulated over $1 million US in terms of the net income, and also I have 6 or 7, I can't recall exactly, partners who also earn that kind of amount of income. And they have built their leadership not just from Hong Kong, Macau, and different parts of the world. So, so today I would like to share some of my learning during the past 25 years and how a professional or a trained professional should be, and how to convert my career life, and hope I can give you some inspiration how you can leverage on that opportunity to diversify your interest and cover all your risks, especially during that uncertainty stage. So first of all, during my first few years time, I find out some red flag because, as I mentioned to you, I'm a debugging person and risk-averse person. So I always analyze what kind of, would there be a single point of failure to make my career or my life in a very vulnerable condition. So red flag, a lot of red flags, like your health condition, like your relationship, like your technical know-how, or something like that. I find out no matter what, how good I try to improve myself, I find out there would be some structural red flag that I couldn't cover. So during my working life, I just try to make sure myself to learn as much as possible, to take a calculated risk, take as much as possible, want to reach out. But well, this is kind of way of thinking that I suggest you to think, what is your single point of failure in your life? Okay, especially in your career. And the second things I want to share with you is I always analyze, assess whether my competency would be obsolete. I still recall in the how to call that I can't remember there's a movie未來戰士. I can't recall exactly this in English. So they say I'm old, but I'm not obsolete. So actually, old and obsolete, these two words basically would link up together. But the worst thing is, before getting old, I'm obsolete. That would be a very terrible thing. So technical knowledge definitely would be obsolete very fast. And my skill set, my relationship, through that kind of vocal condition in the world. So maybe you are doing very good in your hometown right now, but suddenly during the globalization, the things would move to the other part of the world. Just like my technical thing, when I was with BT, when I left 2 years time, the whole department moved to India. So definitely technicality is not on my side. Okay, so please for you to assess whether your earning power, your single point of failure, or your core competence, would it be obsolete? So that is the thing that you should consider. So the worst thing of the single point of failure would be about me, I myself, because I'm sure a lot of people heard about the Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. This is a very famous author and a very rich person. So he discovered that kind of analysis. For the left-hand side, you can see basically these four areas covers basically a whole lot of income source. The left side is time exchange money. I would call that is a laboring income. That means if you do, you can have. If you don't do, you don't have income. So the single point of failure definitely is about your competency and your health and your time. And the ceiling would be also be your life. And on the right-hand side is building a business system. The system works for you, the investor. So this kind we call the passive income. That means if you do it, you can have income. If you don't do it, you still have income. So for the left-hand side, some people will say, oh, during the uncertainty time, I diversify myself. At the daytime, I put on a hat as an engineer, and during the evening time, I put up another hat, would be a designer, could be. So this is good, and even take Uber as a Uber driver, you can still earn that kind of income. It's good, might not be bad income, but the worst thing is time exchange money. And the right hand side would be a lot of people would look for. However, the difficult part is it is very difficult. Yeah. So you need a lot of capital, all these kind of things, which is not for the general public. I mean, usually not an opportunity for the general people. So the last thing I would like to say is if you assess the opportunity, whether there would be exponential growth possibility. In computer terms, sorry for my background, we call scalability. That means if you want to earn more, do you need to inject more time? Do you need to invest more money? Just like if you have a head office and then you want to build up a branch, do you need to pay another set of rent, hire another group of people? So these kind of income, these kind of costs would be linear. If you want to earn more, you need to pay more. But if it is exponential, basically, with almost the same fixed overhead, you would have more income. It changed a little bit about the variable cost. Okay, so it is very hardly to find this kind of exponential opportunity. So here comes why I do New Skin. Because they back 1994, after I rejected my sponsor for 10 months time, because I think this is not for me, because New Skin, after hearing the name, listening to calling the name called skincare, right? I was a technical person. I didn't do nothing about it. I care nothing about my face. And also as at that time, being a university graduate is not that easy. So I wouldn't like to give up my professionalism to go to the area that as if everyone can do. So that's why I rejected for 10 months time. But after 10 months time, okay, I go. So as a kind of courtesy, after during my first visit to the opportunity meeting, that is the offline version of today and a longer version of today. So I noticed that, oh, this could be an opportunity that I can start my business from hometown, yet I can develop business globally. I don't need to concern about the currency risk. I don't need to concern about the political issue or the legal thing. I don't need to concern too much about the language problem. And I don't need to build some kind of very special relationship to line up some key person, center of influence, or a high caliber person. Yet I can develop business all over the world. Yet and at the same time, local people use their local currency to buy the product, and the company will deliver the product locally. Yet, the company will convert their local currency into Hong Kong dollar to my bank account. This is amazing that I have never heard, and that spread out my concern about that time before the unification from of Hong Kong going back to China, which has a lot of uncertainty. Wow, some similar case in Hong Kong right now. Some people are feeling confidence, lack of confidence for the future. So this is an opportunity to let me have the location freedom. So, but why New Skin? So, apart from the global perspective, I find out New Skin would be, right now, the vision would be the world leading business opportunity platform. That means actually for the past 25 years time, so many people approach me with different kind of opportunity. But to be honest, I can't find any single one of them would be accessible for me as an average person to be able to to have the scalability, let's say, I mean the exponential possibility, to free up my single point of failure. That means it is not my depending on my boss or my profession. Time is not is definitely on my side, because this is about the anti-aging part. So a lot of people will say, oh, Savio, I couldn't imagine you are at my same age. So these kind of things. So time is definitely on my side because this is accumulative. And the most important part is it paying more compared with other opportunity. So how does it how New Skin makes it happen? So definitely would be the product. Right now today I cannot show you too much. I just show you a glimpse. This is we call the device platform. We have a skincare. We call the kind of skin face washing machine. But for this machine, within 3 months time, will occupy the world face washing machine 25% market share in the world. So New Skin achieve that kind of result. And also we have some social sharing friendly product, which is the price range about 30 to 40 US dollar below around that rate, that range. So that fits what? Fits the millennial. That means they are social media or internet. I mean, they originate, they were born in that age. So it fits the demography change. The X and Y generation, the X generation, baby boomer, they need the anti-aging product, and the Y generation and even the Z generation, they they like to enjoy the geek life. They want to do everything over the internet. They want to connect everywhere in the world. So the product side would be quite, quite friendly to this age range. So you can see this kind of different product. If everyone wants to develop social business, we have all these kind of things. So you can pick up to use. So what is Nu Skin? This is the background. 35 years time. So it originated in 1984. So that means it is long enough to make sure it is rock solid. Strong. And also this is a New York Stock Exchange listed company. So don't listen to me. You just double check. Even the 2018, the revenue 2.6 billion US dollar. You can check. You can check the world. Okay, so and also cover 55 markets in the world. So that means the globalization can be 55 countries. So this is a kind of another manifestation about just like 7-Eleven, what kind of exponential possibility, just taking 5 as a multiplication factor. After 6 times, the multiplication would be about 20,000 individuals. In 7-Eleven, if you want to earn more, you have to pay more for the, just like as I mentioned, this is a linear growth. For the Nu Skin opportunity, it is exponential because everyone, they just purchase themselves. They treat themselves as their own business partner. So it is basically is a multiplication concept. So if after 6 times of the replication, 20,000 people, just like 20,000 shops. Just take a case like everyone purchase 500 Hong Kong dollar per month, which is quite very reasonable amount. Even during the VUCA stage, uncertainty, volatile economy, 500 Hong Kong dollar per month purchase for consumable product, healthcare, face care, it is very affordable. So we at least we have 5% remuneration, the compensation. Turnout would be every month would be 50,000 Hong Kong dollar, 500,000 Hong Kong dollar per month. So this is residual income. This is not a salary income. So the most beautiful part is the diversified interest, diversified coverage. So it covers every part in the world. So now I would like to, it's my pleasure to invite our honorable guest from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Why I invite An, I call him An, to share with you because he was trained as his profession was from economics, and yet at the same time, from throughout his career life, he came up to the very as a top management in the petroleum gas company. Wow, sorry, in Hong Kong we don't have that kind of company, so we don't know how to describe that. So also in Nu Skin, he achieved Circle of Excellence 1, and also as a platinum presidential director. This is the top rank in Nu Skin. But the interesting thing is, since he was a very professional person, already in charge for that global company operation in building the strategy analysis, these sort of things in Vietnam. So how come as a professional person and working as a multinational company, why and how he see the Nu Skin opportunity? So here comes back to let me help An to can An you unmute yourself and come up to the screen. Okay, I stopped sharing. So
yeah, good morning, Savio. Good
hi,
morning, how are you?
good, great to
Yeah,
see
great to see you. Long time.
here.
I
Yeah,
think that
we
I think
met in
that
Bangkok, yeah,
yeah,
but now here. Right. So, Anne, can I can I ask you something? Maybe you can share a little bit why you would how does it say that? How did you come across New Skin? What did you see New Skin at the time?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think it lost some signal from internet, so that we go back already.
Okay. Let me go back something. Please,
Okay. Yes.
yeah, share with us about what did you see in New Skin at the very beginning? How did you come across that?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much, Savio, inviting me to join this meeting. Very excited to see you in long time when we met in Thailand. And then now that we know that we start with business, now we have friends around the world. So it's amazing business. So it answer your question is I share about my story and how I joined this business. Uh, everyone know that my background in economics, and I've come from anyone know Petronas, Malaysia. That is, if you know Twin Tower, KLCC, that is my corporation. I work there. I work in Fort Vietnam in Malaysia. I'm in the middle management. So that at that time, I think it's good for us. I work for multinational company. Uh, Already good for family. I can feed our children and have better life compared with others. But the change I think about New Skin is from my wife. Now I really that's thankful to my wife. She is the one that realized this opportunity first. So at that time, I think Petronas is number one already. So I don't care anything around me. So, but when my wife come back and she said that, even though at that time my wife she is the marketing director of the one of American fund in Vietnam, already good, already high position already, but she still look in that opportunity. And at that time, I'm really shocked because that we are on the top of who are working, who are finding a job. But why we looking for something else? And at that time, she said we can earn 50,000 above uh, every month if we do this business and we have free time. I said, are you crazy? I said, nothing can earn every month 50,000 if you do something new business. And I say in Vietnam, I haven't seen anyone else except your own company. So at the time, I don't care. But later on, step by step, she involved me some meeting some success people in New Skin. And I realized that there's something different. So I realized that we are choose what vehicle we want. So you find a job, a different vehicle. You find New Skin, a different vehicle. So I realized that we compare two vehicles different. It's like we find a job, we racing the car, we racing the bicycle. But if we choose the New Skin, it's like we drive Ferrari. So whatever you run the bicycle as fast as possible, even though you are very talented in driving bicycle, but you cannot catch up Ferrari. So that's the reason I see. Oh, I need to look into that. So and then at that time, you know that who is from the middle of management, most of people that mid middle management they lack in time and not much money. And the thing that if we have family, what do you think? You need time for yourself, you need time for your family, and you don't, even though you are the middle management, you don't have much money. So children is very important. Children is very important. So I need time for children. My children one is 6 and one is one about at that time. So I really love them. I can I can sacrifice everything for them. But at that time, I have to work until early morning, late night. So that thing is almost happened to who is fire shop. So at that time, I think that new skin can find a way we can have time with children and can have earn more money. And after 7 years, work and learn, so we become millionaire and become that develop platinum postcard. It's not easy, yourself. But I realize who is fire shop in myself in Petronas. More people look at me that you have good job, you are already the management and that you have high position, you are good already. But we inside we see something different. Actually, I'm a middle management. I feel it's not set anything. Today you can earn money, but tomorrow and nothing. Tomorrow you can be laid off because that now that the world changed a lot, so that the, the boss can cut off any job just the next day and know that announcement before. So that's why it's very 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 dangerous. And the thing that is risky, if you more higher position, more salary, it's more risky. But I know that when my corporation, when they want to lay off who is the highest salary, they cut off first, they lay off first, and then the normal, the lower later on. So I feel the more improve the position, more worry, and I feel that is lot control in life. You cannot control your life. So I realize that someone pay you who is control your life. So you cannot control your life. If your boss asks you go somewhere, you have to go. Even though my boss now, he is global vice president of Petronas Global, but he also said that he worried because he said, I am GM in Vietnam, I am general director in Vietnam today, but tomorrow if I receive a letter go to Iraq, is that the war it happened? So I have to go there. So I have no way. Otherwise, I have to quit job or have to go there. So at now I'm become the boss already. I have to go. So I cannot control. So when I say I go to do new skills, he said it's good. Now it's your age. You can do it again. But for me, already late. I'm nearly 60. I cannot do it again. So he encouraged me to join new skill also. So that's a very interesting story. So that is the thing. And I realized that now with new skin, you can work global. You can work global easily. And even though now I can work from home, I need not go to office. I need not sit in the office 6 hours, 10 hours, even the 12 hours per day. I can stay at home with my children, and I can work. Now today I can stay home and share with you all about this business.
Yeah, I can tell you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I can tell you are a very family man. I still recall last time we met in Bangkok. You still carry your kids around. Yeah, and then
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, it's interesting thing that and as I mentioned to every one of you that he also has a partner in Hong Kong, and so basically, and I suppose you haven't come to Hong Kong because of New Skin, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yet people like you staying home, yet business can develop overseas and different part of the world. Yeah. So thank you very much, and thanks for your sharing. And you can
Thank you.
even you move among, you don't need to go to Iraq. Okay, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we can go back to let me share with you about the last few slides. Thank you. And okay, as the last few slides, I just want to as a kind of summary. Okay, let me see how to put next one. Oh, sorry. Okay, so how to make it happen? Basically, we are in the business of leadership development. So we teach people like like Anne, although we are professional, trained by background. Yet we're just staying at the top. The knowledge and skill we should arrive during our days, okay, our knowledge. But actually, throughout New Skin, we develop our social capacity, traits, and motives. Let us know more. Basically, just like Anne mentioned, his major motives is about the family and time freedom. And no matter how much he earns, he finally this kind of disalignment about that. That would be usually the mid-age crisis would be like that. So with New Skin, we help everyone from all walks of life to develop your leadership, no matter how humble you are, how gorgeous, how senior you are. Still, in New Skin, it's a very fair, 100% fair. Every one of us, just like me or Anne, no matter what kind of position we held, we all come from scratch. We all do the hands-on work. Yet, we are not just piling up the bricks, the bricks. We are piling up the wall, and we are actually building up building a church or things like that. But the actual activity looks like doing some laboring work. So here is this is a very clear things that we need to understand to make sure. So for all these kind of leadership development, our team through New Skin, we can learn a lot. So now it's your choice. During the vocal stage, uncertainty, either you scream like in the left hand side, or you want to transform yourself from a cocoon to from a worm to be a beautiful butterfly. You are no longer crawling over the branch, yet you can fly all over the wall. So, but with that, you have to got a wing, right? And maybe you see, oh, this is a very windy right now. It's a very uncertainty, very ambiguous. I don't know where I would like to fly. Don't worry. New Skin has 55 countries around the world. It helps you to do the it paves a way for you to leverage the whole world. So at the last, I want to quote what Charles Dickens mentioned in the A Tale of Two Cities. Don't read too much. That's for the first line. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Even during the Charles Dickens age, it was the most powerful Britain power at that time. The Queen Elizabeth time. Yet it could be the best. It could be the worst. It very much depends who you are and what kind of decision you are going to make, and whether you want to ride on the opportunity, you want to rise from the uncertainty, or you want to doom and complain and let yourself die. So it's all come to your choice. So here today, we would just like to share with you the possibility of New Skin. Actually, there are different kind of options in the world. New Skin is not the only one for you, but so far, I would say New Skin is one of the best in the world, and I chose that, 25 years ago, and I will keep choosing that as it would be my lifetime career. That the kind of residual income that I can even inherit to my next generation or anyone you want to inherit. So thank you very much for your time. Today I delayed a little bit because of the technicalities. Sorry about that. And thank you for all your attendance, and thank you, Anne, calling in from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So 2 weeks later, we will have a Mandarin version to join with the Taiwanese leader. Okay, thank you very much, and make it a very productive and fruitful weekend, and make the December as a finishing strong be the best of your year. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye.